Hello friends, have you ever felt that your mind is constantly entangled in the memories of the past or is drowned in the worries of the future? Have you ever thought that we waste a large part of our life just by thinking, but in reality we are not able to live? Most of us are either entangled in the regrets of the past or surrounded by the anxieties of the future. But what will happen if I tell you that the real happiness, the real peace, and the real success is hidden in only one thing, and that is now, i.e., living in this moment? Today we are going to talk about a book which has changed the minds of millions of people around the world. It has filled a new light in their lives and has taught them how we can get rid of our suffering. This book is The Power of Now. It is not an ordinary self-help book, but it is an experience which will force you to look inside yourself. It will teach you how to stop the noise of the mind, how to avoid negativity, and how to achieve real inner peace. Our whole life is entangled in two things, past and future. But the real truth is that the past is no longer there and the future is not there yet. Still, we lose our present by thinking about them. This is why we are always in stress, feel anxiety, and are never completely happy. If we really want to transform our lives, then we will have to learn to live in now. We will have to awaken our consciousness and understand the patterns which are the cause of our suffering. In today's video, we will understand the most important lessons of the power of now deeply. We will learn how to get out of our overthinking mind, how to get rid of negativity, and how to live a life in which every moment is truly meaningful. If you really want to change your life, then watch this video till the end, because it is not just a book summary, but it is the beginning of a new mindset. So let's dive into the wisdom of the power of now without any delay and learn how we can fully transform our lives by following a simple but powerful principle. Live in the now, Chapter 1. You are not your mind. Have you ever observed your mind? It keeps running non-stop without stopping. One thought does not end and another one starts. Sometimes we get worried for no reason. Sometimes we get sad about the past. Sometimes we get entangled in the worries of the future. But have you ever thought that these thoughts, these emotions, this endless chatter that keeps running in your mind, is it really you? Or is it just an illusion? This chapter teaches us that we are not our mind. It may sound strange because we have always believed that I am what I think, but the reality is completely different. The truth is that you are much more than your mind. You are not just your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. You are a higher consciousness, and until you understand this reality, your mind will keep controlling your life. Our mind traps us in illusions. When we do not observe it, it traps us in the web of overthinking, negativity, and suffering. Have you ever noticed that when you think about a problem, the real pain comes from thinking about it more than that problem? For example, if someone insults you, the actual pain will only last for a few seconds, but your mind will replay it again and again. You will remember that moment again and again and think about it. You will imagine what you should have said at that moment, and in this way you will keep increasing your mental torture. Mind is a survival machine. Its job is to help you in practical life, but when it overpowers you, it becomes the biggest problem for you. Mind's nature is such that it either lives in the past or in the future. It can never live in the present moment. And this is the biggest reason for our suffering. When we listen to our mind, we are not able to fully experience our life. Imagine that you are watching a beautiful sunset, but your mind is busy with something else. Maybe you are thinking about an argument, or you are worried about a future deadline. At that moment, you are not feeling that sunset. Mind has disconnected you from that moment. And this does not happen only once. It happens in our whole life. So what is the solution? The solution is to see your thoughts as an observer. Whenever a thought comes, don't try to catch it. Just notice it and let it go. This is called watching the thinker. When you start observing your mind, you start getting detached from it. You realize that thoughts come and go, but you are separate from them. This awareness is the first step towards true freedom. When you understand that you are not your thoughts, you start feeling a new kind of inner peace. Now, your mind does not control you, but you can control your mind. The power of now teaches us that if we really want to be happy, we have to get out of the slavery of our mind. We have to stop identifying with our thoughts and learn to live in the present moment. And this is only possible when we understand that we are not our mind, we are much more than that. So now think whether your mind is your master or you are his master. The way out of pain. Have you ever wondered where the pain comes from? Is it only related to an injury, disease, or an external situation? Or is its real cause hidden somewhere else? If you think about it, you will find that our biggest pain is not from the outside world, but it comes from our mind. Our mind constantly repeats negative thoughts, regrets, guilt, and worries, and this is what hurts us. But can we get out of this pain? Can we really get inner peace? Pain is just an illusion which is born from our mind and ego. Actually, whenever we are sad about something, that pain exists on two levels, one on a physical level and the other on a psychological level. Physical pain is understandable, but psychological pain is self-created. We remember a past incident and hurt ourselves, or we drown in the worry of the future and create unnecessary suffering. A big reason for our suffering is the pain body. Every human being has an invisible energy field which is called the pain body. It is a collection of all the negative experiences, sorrow, grief, and unresolved emotions of our past. Whenever a situation triggers our painful experiences, our pain body gets activated and we feel intense suffering. Have you ever felt that you get very angry or sad about a small thing? This happens because that situation touches your old wounds. Your pain body starts living that pain again, and you get trapped in it. And the biggest problem is that we make our pain body our identity. We believe that this is our reality, but the truth is that we are not our pain. There is only one way to get out of this pain consciousness. When you start observing the pain inside you, when you look at it without judging it like a witness, then gradually its grip starts to weaken on you. Because to survive the pain body, you need unconscious identification. As soon as you become conscious and start identifying it, it starts dissolving. Now the question is, how do we observe our pain? The first step is to come in the present moment. Whenever you feel pain, go inside yourself and ask, am I really in pain right now? Or is it just a creation of my mind? In most cases, you will find that the real pain is not in this moment, but your mind is repeating it. When you start living in this consciousness, then you gradually start getting free from the grip of your ego and mind. Ego always wants to hold on to pain because it makes it its identity. But when you start looking at pain like an observer, then the grip of ego starts to break. And this is the real freedom. The power of now teaches us that if we really want to come out of our suffering, then we have to stop identifying with our thoughts and emotions. We have to accept our pain, observe it, and practice letting it go. This is the real inner transformation. So now the question is, do you want to hold on to your pain, or do you want to be free from it and live a new life? The choice is yours. Moving deeply into the now. Have you ever thought about where you get the real peace? Is it in getting a goal? Is it hidden somewhere in the future? Or can it be found in something external? So most of us think that if we get a good job, get a lot of money, get a good life partner, or get something special, then we will be happy. But does this really happen? Whenever we achieve a goal, we get happiness for a while, but then that emptiness comes back. Why? Because we are looking for happiness in the wrong place. The real peace and happiness is not out there, but is hidden in this moment. But the problem is that our mind never lets us live fully in this moment. It is either lost in the past or in the worries of the future. We always either regret what we did wrong in the past or think about what we should do in the future. But in between, we miss a very important thing. Now means this present moment. Have you ever seen that when you are deeply enjoying something like watching a beautiful sunset, listening to a lovely tune, or watching a child play? There is no problem in that moment. Why? Because in that moment you are completely present. But as soon as your mind runs towards something else, towards the tension of the future or towards the regrets of the past, then suddenly your peace disappears. This is the problem. We spend our whole life waiting for the next moment. We think that once this work is done, then I will relax. Once I get some more money, then I will be happy. Once this issue is solved, then I will feel peaceful. But the truth is that it never comes again. When one problem is over, then another begins. And in this cycle, our whole life passes. There is only one way to break this cycle, and that is to go deeply into the now. This does not mean that you forget your goals or don't plan for the future. It just means that you should be completely present in this moment. When you do any work, then just focus on it. When you talk to someone, then do it with full awareness. When you feel something, then do it with full intensity. When you live like this, then you feel a different level of inner peace. But this is not so easy because our mind always tries to pull us out, sometimes towards the past, sometimes towards the future. So what is the solution to this? The solution is to start observing your mind. Whenever a thought comes, then don't try to catch it. Just notice it and let it go. Whenever there is any fear or anxiety, then instead of fighting it, understand that it is just a pattern of the mind. Gradually, you will notice that your awareness is increasing and your mind is not controlling you anymore, but you are controlling it. When you are completely in the present moment, then you reach the deepest level of your consciousness. And this is the real freedom. This is the real peace. When you start living in the now, then suddenly your life starts looking meaningful. Even small things start looking magical. A simple walk, a cup of tea, a casual conversation, everything starts looking new and fresh because now you are experiencing them with full presence. The power of now teaches us that if we really want to transform our life, then we have to get into this moment deeply. This is the real happiness, this is the real success, and this is the real spiritual awakening. So now the question is, do you also want to live in the now, or do you want to be entangled in the illusions created by the mind? The choice is yours. Chapter 4. The state of presence. Have you ever felt that your life is running on autopilot? You wake up every morning, do the same work, think the same things, worry the same fear, the same happiness, but have you ever really felt the now? Most people spend their whole life either in the memories of the past or in the worries of the future, but maybe sometimes they are in the present moment. But if I tell you that true peace, true happiness, and true awareness is only in this moment, will you believe me? The state of presence is a state in which your mind is completely calm and you are only in the experience of being. Presence does not mean that you adopt any special technique, do any meditation, or separate yourself. Presence means that you are fully awake, fully aware, and present in this moment. But why is it not so easy? Because our mind never lets us be fully present. As soon as you try to come in this moment, your mind immediately gets entangled in something else. What happened yesterday? What will happen in the future? Am I doing the right thing? Are people thinking good about me? And such endless thoughts disconnect us from this moment. But if you understand this, then you will see that the mind is just a tool which should be used in the right way, not the thing which controls you. When you are in the presence, you feel a different energy. You suddenly start recognizing the inner peace. You start seeing everything with clarity. Your ego, which always keeps you entangled in the sorrows of the past and worries of the future, starts becoming weak. And when the ego becomes weak, then your true power awakens. Have you ever noticed that when you are completely immersed in something which you like listening to music, painting, dancing, or playing a game, then your mind becomes completely calm? You neither think about the past nor about the future. You are only in that moment. This is the state of presence. If we learn to live our whole life in this state, then our suffering can end forever. But it is not easy to reach this state because our mind tries to pull us out again and again. Whenever you are in a situation, your mind starts judging it. Is it good or bad? Do I like it or not? Will it give me happiness in the future? But to be in the presence means that you leave these judgments and observe everything as it is, without any label, without any expectation. When you are in the presence, then your life opens up with a new perspective. You become happy. You start feeling happiness even in small things. A simple walk, a cup of tea, a breeze of fresh air. Everything starts to feel meaningful because now you are experiencing it fully. You start connecting with others in a new way because now you are not only at the level of body and mind, but also at the level of a deeper consciousness. When you are in the presence, then fear, anxiety, and stress start to disappear automatically because all these negative emotions are only connected with the past and the future. What if it happens? What if it doesn't happen? But when you are in this moment, then there is no place for fear and worry. Only pure peace, pure bliss, pure joy is left for you. The power of now teaches us that the state of presence is not a goal which we have to achieve in the future, but it is the same thing which is available in front of us. But to see and feel it, we have to come out of the illusion of our mind. When you learn to fully accept this moment and live it, then suddenly your whole life gets transformed. So now the question is, are you ready to live in this moment? Or do you still want to be entangled in the shadows of the past and the worries of the future? The choice is yours. Chapter 5. Enlightened Relationships. Have you ever thought why relationships are so painful? Why does a person who was once the reason for our greatest happiness make us sad the most? Why does love, which is the most beautiful feeling, often turn into pain and conflict? Why do we have the most arguments and misunderstandings? To find the answers to these questions, we must first understand how we see our relationships and what expectations we have of them. Most relationships are based on unconscious mind patterns and ego-based desires. When we love someone, we often think that person will fulfill the purpose of our happiness, our security, and our life. But this very thought gives birth to dependency and attachment. When we make someone our source of happiness, we create a feeling of incompleteness. And when that person does not live up to our expectations, we start feeling sad and angry. If we observe our relationships, we will see that most conflicts arise from expectations, insecurities, and ego clashes. Our mind wants approval, attention, and validation. When we do not get that, we start feeling anger and pain. But the real question is, are we truly loving, or are we just trying to fulfill the needs of our ego? True love is possible when you live in the present moment and accept your partner without any condition. But the problem is that our mind is always entangled in the memories of the past and the anxieties of the future. We do not see our partner as he is, but we see him through the lens of our past experiences, fears, and expectations, and this is the reason for our suffering. Enlightened relationships means bringing awareness in your relationship. When you are talking to your partner, be completely present, without any judgment, without any expectation. Just feel their energy. When there is a conflict, ask yourself before reacting, is this really my anger or the defense mechanism of my ego? As soon as you start observing your emotions, you start getting out of their control. Most relationships are a cycle of love and pain. Everything seems perfect at first, but then slowly, expectations and ego start interfering. But if you are fully present, you can break this pattern. When you talk to your partner, don't just focus on words, feel their emotions, observe their energy. A real relationship is not between two minds, but between two souls. The power of now teaches us that until we come out of our ego-driven love, we cannot experience true love. Love is not possessiveness or dependency, but pure presence and acceptance. When you learn to fully accept your partner without changing or controlling them, only then can your relationship become truly enlightened. So now the question is, do you want to take your relationships to higher consciousness or repeat the same old ego-based cycle? The choice is yours. Chapter 6. The Meaning of Surrender. Have you ever thought that the most painful moment in life is when we are fighting against something, when things don't go our way, when we can't control the situation, when we can't change anything? Then we start sinking deeper. Our mind is always trying to control everything. But when it can't, we get sad, we get frustrated. But what will happen if I say that there is no need to fight life? If I say that we get true peace when we learn to surrender? True surrender is not giving up, but accepting life as it is in this moment. We often misunderstand the meaning of surrender. We think that surrendering means that we give up our wishes, our goals, or our hard work. But in reality, surrender means giving up the resistance that forces us to fight against this moment. When we accept a situation completely without running away from it, without trying to change it, then we get deep inner peace. The real reason for our suffering is this resistance. Whenever we face a difficult situation, we either try to run away from it or forcefully change it. True freedom comes when we fully accept this moment. It doesn't mean that we won't take any action, but it means that we will take every action without any fear or negativity. Have you ever noticed that when you are worried about a situation, then the real worry is more in your mind? If you accept it without any judgment, then suddenly the pain reduces because resistance causes suffering. When we learn to surrender, then we end the unnecessary conflicts. The best example of this can be taken from nature. Does the river ever worry about which direction it should flow? Does the wind ever think how fast it should move? No, everything in nature flows effortlessly. There is no resistance. There is no struggle. But humans always try to stay in control, and that is why we are in pain. If we also come in that flow and learn to move with that energy, then our life will become very easy and peaceful. Surrender is not only for external situations, but also for our inner emotions. When we don't accept any pain or try to run away from our feelings, then they become stronger. But when we look at them like an observer, without any judgment, without any struggle, then they slowly start dissolving. True surrender is a very deep spiritual act. It means that we stop controlling our ego and move with the natural flow of life. It means that we accept every moment as it is, without any regrets, without any expectations, without any fears. And when we learn to do this, then a different kind of peace surrounds us. The power of now teaches us that surrendering is not our weakness, but our biggest strength. When we stop fighting life and accept it as it is, then we become truly free. True happiness and true peace can only be felt by those who surrender themselves to life, who have trust in every situation, and live every moment fully. So now the question is, can you learn to surrender? Can you also accept life as it is? Or do you want to be entangled in the same struggle and resistance that the whole world is entangled in? The choice is yours. Final thoughts. So friends, the power of now teaches us that true happiness, true peace, and true freedom can only be felt by those who live in this moment. We are either lost in the memories of the past, or we are entangled in the worries of the future. But in reality, we only have one thing: now. If we learn to fully accept this moment and live it, then our suffering can end, our stress can end, and we can fully transform our life. We are not our mind. We are not our thoughts. Our mind traps us in illusion and keeps us away from the truth that we are the source. But when we are fully aware and live in the present moment, then we can feel the peace that has always been with us. The Power of Now is not just a book, but a new way of living. It teaches us how to get out of our overthinking mind and into true awareness. How can we see our emotions, relationships, and life situations from a new perspective? And most importantly, how can we learn to surrender and accept life completely so that we can be completely free? If you learned something new from this video, then be sure to like it and tell us in the comments what you found the most important lesson from this book. Are you also ready to adopt now in your life? Share this video with your friends and family so that they too can benefit from this powerful book. And if you want to see summaries of other books like this, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you can keep getting notifications of our new videos. I leave you with a question. If right now, at this moment, there was no joy, no regret, no fear, then how would your life be? Feel it and live it, because this is the power of now. See you in the next video. Until then, live.